All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. As always, I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. You all came out there across the four corners of the earth, pushing out this word in all truth and sincerity. This is the brother Naroya, one of the brothers coming up under the men of Great Millstone, the branch here in Des Moines, Iowa. And of course, under our apostles and elders on down. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, just back here with a lesson. All right, and the topic of this video, as you brothers see in the title, is tired of going off, fear the Lord. All right. So, hey, through the spirit, we're just going to hop right into the scriptures. And Lord willing, this video be edifying. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 16. It says, "For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief." All right. And we all understand, as men in this truth, in this sinful flesh, man, in these bodies of death, all right, that there's going to be times, where we slip up, there's going to be times when we make mistakes, all right, where we fall short, man, where we stumble, all right. But the point is what? To get back up again, man, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, the point is to examine ourselves, okay, acknowledge our offense, acknowledge our sin, and repent to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and to do better, man. Because if we find ourselves continuing to fall, man, to slip, all right, over the same things, if we find ourselves continuing to give into the same lust, into the same temptation, then we have to truly ask ourselves, man, do I fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? Okay? Because if we fear the Lord, man, then we're going to try our hardest to do what's right by the Lord, man, and to please him. Okay? So from there, I want to go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 20. It says, "For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not." All right. So just to back up that Proverbs, man, where it said, "A just man falleth 7 times." So we understand that we all make mistakes. We understand that we all slip up from time to time. That we all go off from time to time, man. Okay. So none of us are perfect, but we're striving for perfection. All right. And part of striving for perfection is not committing that same act again, man, not giving into that same lust and that same temptation, but examining ourselves, man, and doing better, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because once again, if we're slipping over the same things, if we're continuing to find ourselves going off in this area or that area, man, continuing to give into the flesh when it comes to this or when it comes to that, all right, and we're like, man, what the hell is going on, man? Why do I keep, doing this? What's going on? We have to examine ourselves and ask, do I fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? All right? So if we tired of going off, fear the Lord, because the fear of the Lord driveth away sins, man. All right? As the scriptures say. I'm going to get that in the book of Sirach. This is Sirach chapter 1 and verse 21. "The fear of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai driveth away sins, and where it is present, it turneth away wrath." Right? So when we have the utmost fear in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, okay, it driveth away sins. All right? Why? Because that fear that we have in the Lord moves us to do what's pleasing to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of our ability, man. All right? And that fear also instills in us that if we continue to slip over these same things, if we continue to fall and make the same mistakes time and time again, continue to give into that same lust or to that same temptation, all right, that the Lord is going to destroy us, man. All right. And we don't want the wrath of the Lord to come down upon us. So if we find ourselves, man, giving into something, giving into the flesh or slipping up in this area and that area over and over again, we have to, man, pray that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai instills fear in us, man, okay? Or else the wrath of the Lord will come down, all right? So from there, I'm going to go to the book of Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 10. "The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding," right? So when we fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, when we have the utmost fear in the Lord, then that allows wisdom to dwell within us, man. All right. And that wisdom is what's going to instill in our minds what to do. All right. To do right by the Lord, to do what's pleasing in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and to not make those same mistakes when we go off, man, because we know the consequences if we do. All right. But in order for that wisdom even to dwell within us, to make that or to have that discernment, we have to fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It all goes back to fearing the Lord, man. Okay. Because if you don't fear the Lord, then wisdom cannot dwell within you. It says that in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin. All right. So in a malicious soul, all right, when you go into that word malicious, it's evil, man. All right. And one of the synonyms I believe I read in the Etymon online, it went into enmity. All right. If you constantly slipping over the same things and giving over, Salaki, I'm losing train of thought a little bit. If you constantly slipping over the same things, and giving into that same lust, that same temptation, then you have enmity towards the Lord. All right. Therefore, wisdom shall not dwell within you, man, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin. Let me get the definition for the word subject. All right. There's a definition for the word subject in the Etymon online. Person under control or dominion of another. All right. So wisdom cannot dwell within a soul that is subject, all right, that is under the control or dominion of sin. Okay. We cannot allow sin. We cannot allow, those lusts, those temptations, our flesh to have rule, to have dominion over us, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we have to put our flesh under subjection, man. Okay. And stay in the spirit of the Lord, so we don't continue to slip, so we don't continue to go off and do those things that we know are not pleasing to the Lord, man. All right. So if you're tired of going off, man, we have to fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in order for that wisdom to dwell within us, to have that discernment, man. All right. Let me turn this airplane mode off, or on, I should say. All right. So from there, I'm gonna go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Staying in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 7. For the very true beginning of her is a desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. All right. So the very true beginning of wisdom, all right, that's the her that is speaking about, is a desire of discipline. So we have to desire to be disciplined, man. We have to desire to abstain from the flesh, to abstain from those lusts, from those temptations. All right. To abstain from those things that we know we were constantly slipping over, man. All right, and stumbling over, okay, for wisdom to dwell within us, man. And the care of discipline is love, and love is the keeping of her laws. So if we say that we love Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we have to keep the Lord's laws. We have to keep his commandments, man, in faith, and do the things that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has commanded us to do. All right, the scriptures call it the law of life the law of life for a reason, because if we follow after the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord has given us, it brings life. But if we don't, if we continue to slip over these things, man, then that brings death, that brings wrath, that brings destruction. All right. And love is the keeping of her laws, and giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. All right. And that's what we're praying for, man. That's what we're hoping to receive soon and very soon, is incorruption, man. All right. To be taken out of these corruptible, decrepit bodies, man. All right. And to be put in those incorruptible bodies. All right. And like it says, in incorruption maketh us near unto the Most High. All right. But before we can be physically changed from these corruptible bodies into those incorruptible bodies, all right, we have to, in the spirit, get rid of that corruption, man. All right. And strive for incorruption. Like the scriptures say, put on as the elect. And how will the elect be moving? How will they be acting? They will be doing the things that are pleasing to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability, man. All right. And not giving into that flesh, not giving into that lust and that temptation, And when they do go off, when they do slip up, having that repenting spirit, man, being in that broken and contrite spirit and hoping that the Lord shows mercy upon us, man, And it says, and incorruption maketh us near to the Most High. And therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So we have to desire this wisdom, man. All right. And this wisdom is going to give us the discernment, going to give us the prudence, the foresight, to know, all right, if I move like this, then that's pleasing to the Lord. If I don't move like that, if I continue to give into this lust, into this temptation, all right, then wrath may come. Wrath is going to come, all right? There's no question about it, okay? I'm going to grab this in the book of Proverbs. It's in Proverbs chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee. All right. And when I went into the definition for the word discreet in the Etymon online, all right, I'm not going to try to do it now because when I try to turn my, data back on, it takes like 5 minutes for, it to start working again. But when I went into the definition of discretion, it went into prudence. All right. One of the synonyms was prudence. And we know prudence means foresight. Okay. So us having discretion, us having the foresight to know, what's pleasing and what's not pleasing to the Lord, will preserve us, because that shows that we're moving in the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. And understanding shall keep us, man. Okay. So from there, going to go to the book of Galatians. This is Galatians chapter 5 and verse 16. It says, "This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh," right? All right. The scriptures say, even though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, man. We have to try to walk in the spirit to the best of our ability, man. Okay. And we will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Now, we understand there's going to be times where we slip up, man. All right. Where we make mistakes, when we're in the flesh. But more often than not, we should be walking in the spirit, man. Okay. It says, "For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would." Okay. And we understand that it's a constant battle, man, between the flesh and between the spirit, man. All right. Our flesh, it says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, We want to do the things that are pleasing to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We want to follow what the Lord has told us to do, But sometimes we go off, man. Sometimes we slip up. But once again, the point is to get back up again, man, and to continue to walk in the spirit and to do better and not to repeat that same mistake, man. All right. You got something in the world, man, in Esau Edom's judicial system called a repeat offender, man. Someone that committed a crime. He went to jail. He did the time, but then he got out, and then he did another crime, man. Okay. And they got something called 3 strikes and you out. I'm not sure if that rule is still in effect, but it definitely was, during the 80s, during the 90s. All right. After 3 strikes, man, you going away forever. Okay. And we don't want to be a repeat offender to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. So we have to examine ourselves, man. If we find ourselves constantly slipping over these same things, man, constantly giving over to the same lust, to the same temptation, all right, we have to ask, do I fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? Okay. All right. So I believe that's all I had, man, through the spirit. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakudash. As always, I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. And shalom to the hopeful elect. So y'all came out there across the 4 corners of the earth, pushing out this word in all truth and sincerity. All right. If you're tired of going off, if we're tired of going off, we have to fear the Lord. All right. Shalom.